Okay, so we are working our way up to Maine, and we've been staying at different parks all along the way, some of which we just didn't want to take the time, the effort, and it just wasn't worth doing a review. However, there is a video coming up. We're going to do a compilation of all the different places we stayed and give you just little vignettes of the whole thing. But now we are in Thousand Trails Hershey Park, RV Park, which is in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And this is a really nice Thousand Trails park. So we thought we'd go ahead and take the time and give a good review of this park. Coming up on RV Street.
Okay, so let's get right to it. As usual, we are going to start by showing you how we got here.
Yeah, sometimes getting into these parks can be tricky. This park is settled in a really nice rolling Pennsylvania hills, very beautiful. So this is how you get to this park. Okay, so we are traveling west on 322, and we are actually in I believe Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And to approach Hershey RV Thousand Trails Park, you're going to be turning left here off of West 322. And you'll be turning on South Mount Pleasant Road. It's a narrow road, but even if you're in a big rig, there shouldn't be any problem. And off of here, you'll see the sign for Thousand Trails, and you'll just turn to the right. It's a nice, easy approach into the park. And you will be slowing down, and there's a curve here to the right. And then it Y's right here. And you stay to the right. And the ranger station and check-in area is to the right. By the way, when we were coming here to the park, we were about 160 miles or so west of here. And we left that park, got all loaded up, and heading to this park here on Highway 76. It's a turnpike, a tollway. And we went on the road maybe 20 miles. And there was a big giant plate in the middle of the highway. Long story, we ran over it. And it needed a new engine, put a big old hole in the side of the engine. So that extended our stay here at this park, and that's why we're going to be doing this video.
In this laundry facility, there are 4 washers. These are the smaller ones. They're $1.50. The larger ones are $1.75 per load. Down here we have 4 dryers. They're all $1.50 a load. Up here we have the area where you can hang your clothes, and over here is an area where you can fold your clothes. And that's about it for this area.
This is the other laundromat on the premises. This is the one that is in the family center, which is right near the pool. It's practically the same as the other, only this one has 5 washers and 4 dryers, and a little bit different configuration on the dryers. The 2 on the right over here, they take $1.50 each. They run for about an hour. We've actually used these. They take quarters only. They do not use credit cards or a card that you swipe. They do require change. And if you don't have enough change, down further in the family center, there is a change machine where you can get quarters. The 2 larger dryers on the left here, they take 50 cents each. You can buy 15-minute increments, and these are quite larger than the ones at the other laundry facility. Wash tub, hanging rack, folding table, and then on this side we have the 5 washers. These here are all, the 3 white ones are $1.50. They also use quarters only. And then we have 2 larger commercial type front load washers, and they are $1.75 each. So here we are at the family center, which is right in back of the pool. There's the laundry room down here by the family center. And then you move down here and you have the cabana and spa. It's basically a heated spa pool. It's an indoor pool in there. Then there's a country store. It has just a light assortment of food and goodies and gear. They're closed today. And then down here at the very end, there's a video arcade room with some really old-fashioned like Pokemon and other type of video games in there. And that is also where the change machine is. If you just turn around here, this is the pool. And as you can see, they have it covered. These parks that we've come up here in the eastern area, most of these parks don't even open until mid-April or maybe even late April. And their first big kickoff is in Memorial Day, the end of May. So theirs is still covered, but they've told me that when Memorial Day gets here, which is in about 3 weeks, this pool will be ready to go and all the lawn furniture and everything over there will be out. They have 3 horseshoe areas. And Joni made the comment the other day. She said, "Oh, how cute. Look how they're growing plants and stuff in the boxes behind those horseshoe things." And she said, "That'd be really neat to have spices growing in there." There's the kiddie area, volleyball, and then of course the lake. And this is a catch and release lake. There's a female goose right down there. Let's go take a quick look at that. She has actually been sitting on eggs. And let's see if we can just get a little closer but not disturb them. And over here on the end of the family center, you have putt-putt golf. It's actually a beautiful day today for that.
They have several little cottages that you can rent out if you want to spend time with your family or whatever. Right here, if you need it, this is a dump station where you can dump your black and gray tank. As soon as you enter the gate, there is a propane station that you can just pull up to. It actually looks very convenient to get to.
And this park also accepts packages for you. They do not allow you to have regular mail sent here, but you can have packages sent, FedEx, UPS, and regular mail. And when your package comes in, they write your name on that blue board right there. So as you come out the park, you can see if your name is there, and if it is, you know your package has come.
This is the other side of the lake. We have seen a lot of people fishing in here. You get a nice view of all of the other campsites and everything in here. It's really quite a pleasant, quiet park.
You remember when we were coming into the park at the very beginning and we entered into that Y and I said stay to the right to go to the ranger station, and then if you went to the left it took you to the sales building? Well, there's the sales building up there, but down here is another I'm not sure what exactly they call it, an off-road area or an overflow area. But it does have water and electric. They're very small spaces, and they are for just, as I've thought, they were just for like single night stays, or let's suppose you got here early. Your reservation really isn't till tomorrow. This would be an area where you could come in and park until your reservation came available the following day. But there are several of them here. They're small. They're actually for probably like a Class C, Class B. But there are a couple here I can see that you could actually back up a Class A to them, and you could hang out in the middle of the road, and it probably would not be a problem because there's nobody here.
So Joni, what were your thoughts and feelings about this park overall?
Overall, I like this park. It's a nice park. The maintenance that they do on this park is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing is run down, beat up, torn up. I mean, it's really quite well kept.
Yeah.
I like the staff. The staff have been amazing with us, working with us to get us in here for another week because of the car.
Yeah, they all knew that our car was in the hospital.
Yes.
It was having an engine transplant. They had to replace the engine. We're going to do a video on that, but yeah, they were very helpful.
Yeah. I love the rolling hills that this property is sitting on. It's really, really pretty here.
Yeah, it really is. It's nothing looks, the way it's landscaped, nothing looks like it was manscaped. It's like they took this natural, beautiful area and then just kind of carved out and put all the sites and the store and the pool, but everything around it is just so natural and rolling, and it's been quite nice, very nice.
Oh, and they have geese everywhere. And there was a a goose sitting on eggs for quite some time, and because we were here for another week, we actually just saw the babies this morning. They
Yeah.
finally hatched.
Yeah, and we did get some other footage of some others. There was two other pairs of
Yeah.
geese, and they're little goslings. Is that what you?
Yes,
Yes, it's
goslings.
goslings.
I also like the way that the staff um, makes people abide by the rules. That doesn't always happen,
Yeah.
but they actually do. And they actually will sit out periodically with a radar gun. And if you are caught speeding once, you're told to slow down. If you're caught speeding twice, they won't even let you bring your car into the park.
Yeah, they make you park way in the very back of the entrance in an overflow parking, and then you have to walk up to your car from that point forward. So if you come to this park, easy does it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, when we got here, there was cherry blossoms all over the trees. It
Yeah.
was really pretty. They're now gone, but it was really super pretty.
yeah, this trip coming up here and finally arriving here in Pennsylvania, we have had a first-hand look at nature kind of waking up out of its winter slumber. And all the trees and plants are beginning to blossom. And of course, we did get a really good dose of pollen in Kentucky.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God!
few issues, but
But yeah, it's everything here is blooming and
it's quiet.
very
It's
quiet.
very quiet here. This park is kind of sit back from any major road, so it's really quiet.
Yeah. There's no nearby freeways. Now, bear in mind, it is pre-Memorial Day. Up here in the East Coast, all these parks, they don't even open till mid-April, sometimes the 1st of May. And so we're about 2 weeks away from Memorial Day. And that's when their big kickoff plate,
Yeah.
so it probably won't be quiet then.
Yeah.
School will be out. All the kids and families come up here. It'll probably be crazy. They'll have the pool uncovered from the canvas. It'll all be clean. The pool will be ready to go. The store will be full, and I'm sure it'll get really busy and loud
Now, it did rain here a lot.
while we've been here.
I mean, for 3 days straight, it rained. Thankfully, we have made some great friends here, and we sit around with them for days on end,
Playing
hours
cards
and hours
and-
playing cards.
Yeah.
So that kept us entertained. One of the things that I really didn't care for too much is the smell. It can get pretty foul around here. They're doing a lot of fertilizing all these farms and everything out and about around here. And if the wind is blowing just right, boy, oh boy, you close your windows and doors because it can get stinky.
Yeah, we've talked to people about that up here. This is ag country.
Indeed.
I mean, just miles and miles of rolling pastures and things that they grow here. And this is where a lot of Amish and Mennonites live. So a lot of what they do here is very natural. So they use a lot of fresh cow manure, and they'll spread that by just hundreds of acres. And it produces two things. It produces a very, very lush fragrance in the air.
And flies.
So now it hasn't, I don't want to paint this picture like we're, camping here in a big pile of poop, but there were times during the day, and especially like when we went driving, it's like, holy cow, man, that is strong. Pun intended there, holy cow. There's two Walmarts nearby too, just worth mentioning of. There's one about 15 minutes away and another one about 20, 30 minutes away. Lots of little personal shops. There was a couple Amish shops.
Right up the street from here, there's the coolest little Amish store. It's got some homemade jams and whoopie pies, and of course I had to do a whoopie pie. Quite delish. Really cool little store.
Yeah. Some of my thoughts on the park, we got here right at the 1st of May. It still was cool. It'd get down in the high 40s, low 50s at night. Rained a lot. But for me, I mean, I like it when it's kind of nippy like that. It doesn't bother me. She doesn't like it when it's that cold.
Yeah, I like it a bit warmer.
Half this park, when you look at the park from an aerial view, half of it's paved, half of it is not. We happen to be on the paved part. The part that wasn't paved kind of reminded me of the roads in Conroe, Texas, Thousand Trails Park. They tend to be rutty and have valleys running through them, and then of course in the summer,
yeah, they're kind of
dusty
messy.
and all that. I didn't really like the roads over there, but we didn't have to experience that much because we were in asphalt. But just giving you a heads up.
And there's lots of room in between.
Yes, yeah. You're not jammed together. Site next to site next to. I mean, there's plenty of room between each RV. The water and electric were very solid, very reliable. We never lost power. Lots of pressure here.
Yeah, great water pressure.
It was right up into the 80-pound mark, and I actually had to go out and adjust my regulator and tried to find that sweet spot. I like to run about 60, 65 pounds or so.
Oh, so we've been here, I've been talking to some friends, and we went to Hershey,
the Hershey chocolate factory.
The Hershey chocolate factory.
Yeah.
And a few of my friends have asked me if the town smells like chocolate. In fact, it does not.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I can't believe we forgot to mention that. Yeah, we took a day and went to the chocolate factory.
Yeah, that was fun.
Wasn't too crowded. Of course, again, it's May. Kids are still in school. But there was quite a good crowd, but it was in the middle of the week, and we spent an afternoon there and
bought lots of chocolate.
It doesn't cost anything to get in. Your first 3 hours of parking are free. Your admittance is free.
Yeah.
So we were able to go through there, and we made a good afternoon out of it.
It was fun.
Yeah. From this park, Hershey Chocolate Factory was about
maybe 20 minutes
20 or 30 at the most, depending on, because you're going through little towns and stuff. I guess it would depend on traffic.
Okay, as a quick overview of the park, as I normally do, this here is 322, where I showed you how you took a left and came up that country road, and you'll swing into the park. You check in, and then here is the propane tank. And you continue on around over here, going downhill, and this is the propane dump station. Not the propane dump station, but the dump station. And then you come around here, and there is what they call A loop here. This is mostly, I believe this is all 30 amp over here. If you go over here into B loop, I think it's a mixture of 30 and 50. These are for bigger rigs, bigger fifth wheels, and pull behinds. And I did see a few motorhomes in here. Once you check through, you can make an immediate left and work your way around here. And here's where you have the tennis courts, the family center, the swimming pool, the playground, the horseshoes, and the lake. And if you continue and come around here, this is mostly 50 amp. And if you're a Thousand Trails member, this is free 50. If you go to any of these other areas where they have 30 and 50, you can go in there, but they charge you $3 a night. Laundry rooms, there's one right here. This is the one that we showed you first inside, and then there's one in the family center here. So basically you have a laundry room for this group, and then one laundry room in the family center for all these folks. This particular half, like from here, when you come in and go left here, this is all paved, all through here. if you go in this other section, it's gravel road. This is the area, remember the overflow, like when you come into the Y, if you take a left and go over here, they have some overflow and overnight parking. Those are those little small sites that would, at least if you came in early or whatever, you could stay there. So that's pretty much it. Thousand Trails, Hershey Preserve. They also call it Hershey RV on Mount Pleasant Road in Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
So, Joni, why don't we do our
Rate this park.
Rate this park?
All right.
I just want to make a little caveat here, because some people, I think, if I was watching this channel, I would say, man, every park they do, it's always an 8, a 9, or a 10. You know, don't they ever stay in parks that aren't 9s or 10s?
Oh, we do.
And the answer is yes, we do. And those parks are usually, we stay very short increments. They're just kind of like stop and rest things. There's a lot of time that goes into making these videos, and a lot of these parks are just not worth the time and effort. But again, like this one, we stayed here and it's nice, and so we thought, you know what, this park deserves a good review.
It totally does.
So, sophisticated rating system out, all the parts
Indeed.
and pieces. Here we have, oh yes, this is my favorite rating system paper. This is version 2.0.
It's very high tech.
Yep, yep. And as usual, Joni will go first.
No peeking.
I won't peek. I like the surprise.
No peeking.
I didn't. All right, here we go for Martin's accurate point-by-point evaluation of this park. And there you go. Joni, you want to reveal first or me?
I shall reveal.
Okay.
I gave this park a 9 1/4.
A 9 1/4. And the reason for not, what does the main reason you didn't get a 10 was?
Part of it was the roads. Not on the paved parts. The roads are kind of messy. Part of it was the smell. I didn't really care for that a whole lot. I'm sure it won't be that way after, everything starts growing, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, I gave it a 9.375. No particular reason. I don't have any cons. I just thought I'd be cute and different. 9.375. Super accurate rating.
There you go.
So anyway, we hope that this video helps you to prepare to come to Thousand Trails Hershey Park in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. This is RV Street. Stick around.